Happy Mercedesing. Welcome on my channel. In this video, I will be speaking about the case of one Mercedes 300E. So this is going to be the answer to some questions concerning one Mercedes 300E. So let's start. All of you who ask me questions on Instagram primarily have noticed, I suppose, that I ask you about the mileage of your car. This is not because I'm too curious, but because I want to ask you about the parts, whether you have been replacing them or not. Here I mean the lambda probe, the potentiometer, the injectors, the fuel pressure regulator, and the fuel accumulator primarily. And now, to answer the questions concerning the detonations and the explosions. It comes to explosions, if not because of the bad spark plug cables, then because of lean mixture. If you can't turn the CO screw in any direction, then you will have to disassemble the heart and to do what I was speaking about in this video. The link here. Looks like you have made the mixture too lean, and now the lever barely deflects the sensor plate. Remember that this screw is not supposed to be readjusted. Never ever. I don't know what you have been measuring, but I have been speaking about that in the video, how to do that and what to measure. Once you go too much counterclockwise, you will get floating RPM, and that's the indication that you have to stop. You have to stop counterclockwise and to eventually turn the screw a bit clockwise. The priority on the EHA is current in milliamps, not voltage, if you have been measuring voltage. There is a procedure how to measure milliamps on the car. You can't measure it just as you think it is supposed to. That's why I made that video, to show you that it's not the same thing if you get 12 volts or negative 12 volts, for example. By the way, to get back to the adjustments, the potentiometer is the one which regulates the idle. That's the case with M103 engine in your case. The same way it is with the M104, 117 and 119 engines, as well as M102 engines, which have EZL ignition module. If your potentiometer is bad, then you can't do any adjustments on the CO screw. It's completely useless. Concerning the EHA, if you have to replace the lambda and the car made almost 150,000 kilometers, then it's useless to do any adjustments on the EHA. Concerning the CO screw, that screw regulates the air-to-fuel ratio. That screw doesn't regulate idle. Once calibrated from the factory, it never has to be readjusted. So, what to do in your case? At first, as I said, watch the video on how to get back the CO screw at the point where you can start adjusting it with the Allen key from above. Replace the lambda probe if you haven't. Check the potentiometer if it is good or not. Do the initial mixture adjustment. Find yourself a pressure gauge and measure the pressures in order to see whether you're in specs or not. Replace the injectors. Check all the other sensors on the car and then fine-tune the EHA based on its readings as well as the CO screw. The readings on the EHA must be around 0 milliamps plus minus 3 milliamps once the car reaches operating temperature. That's much I can tell. Good luck.